I'm getting ready to put the video together where I repaired the boat today. Well, actually, it took me almost 2 weeks to repair the boat. But anyhow, this week, me and Linda, we're going over to Apalachicola and St. George Island for a few days. And we are going to check out the sights, and we're going to be bringing you guys along. So hopefully it'll be fun. Excuse me for being a little sweaty. I just got done painting the inside of the boat. My gel coat failed. You'll see that in the video. I do want to thank everybody for watching our videos. We do enjoy making them. And I would like just to say thank you, everyone. Anyhow, here we go. I'm definitely glad it's cool enough outside now that my cameras won't overheat. That's been quite the issue lately. So hopefully we can get this board set up and get our template on it. See about getting it cut. Couple old sawhorses here. Here's my template. I made this pattern last week. And it's barely going to fit. But that is not going to fit up through the hole in the boat. I'll have to cut this, and then I'll have to cut it in half this way so I can get the two pieces in there and then fiberglass all together. Now, as far as this board goes, I will fiberglass, or I'll put resin on it on both sides and seal it in before I put it in there, just to kind of give it some protection. But we'll get it marked out right now and then get it cut. I got my piece cut in two there, and I've got some boat resin. I'm going to mix that up, and I'm going to coat those to seal them in to kind of help them keep them from rotting out. It's in a pretty high humidity area. And then we'll get them inside the boat once they dry, and then we'll start fiberglassing it in. So we'll mix it up and get it started. It's pretty hot out here, so I'm imagining this is not going to take long to kick off. It was nice and cool earlier. Got my hardener in here. Let's see about getting a coat on this thing. Two coats on this because it'll probably suck up the first coat pretty quick. got the front side sealed, so now we're gonna seal up these back sides, put a couple of layers of resin on that, try to keep the moisture out of it, and then we'll get them in the boat so I can get my trolling motor batteries in. So yay. I may have to set them inside. It feels like it's a little overcasty out today and it might start raining. I may have to put them inside to dry, but we'll see. All right, so there's my new battery deck right there. And it is looking pretty spiffy. Now we're gonna have to glass all this in, and then we'll make a backboard for it so it sits pretty. And we can get our batteries back in. Yay! So there's the platform down in there. Now these edges right here, I'm gonna Bondo those in all the way around to help hold that in place and smooth it out before I glass it. Once I get that Bondoed in, we'll let it dry and then we'll glass all that edge in, and then I will gel coat the whole thing. So yeah, and then I gotta make a back plate for right here to fill in that gap. But yeah, we're getting there. And then I can put the batteries in and get the trolling motor running. So cool. All right, well, I've got this Bondoed in. Now I'm getting ready to sand it down. And then I will go and glass the rest of it in. And then we'll make the back piece. So yay. Well, it's definitely not the greatest glassing job in the world, but I do have the corner seams sealed. And once all this dries, I'll buff it down or sand it down again. And then I'll lay a piece of tape on top and bottom on both sides, and then I'll put a mat down the sides too to smooth it out before I gel coat it. But yeah, it's slowly getting there, but it's definitely awkward working in there, I can say that, but it's getting there. All right, well, I got my back piece cut. I'm gonna go up behind the back side so the batteries won't slide backwards. I also got them marked with the arrow. Get this turned around. It's kind of bright out here. That way I know which way to face my board. I already put it in there and pre-did everything. So, but I got the first coat on this side and on the edges. So once this cures, I can put the back piece in. And I've already started putting the final cloth down, or fiberglass down for the last piece in there. We'll go in there and take a look at that. So I switched the meth on my I switched the cloth to this fine mesh cross fibers, and it'll give me a little smoother finish before I gel coat it. So yeah, I'll show you the cross piece I did so far. Now last week when I was at Lowe's, I bought this big thing of liquid resin for fiberglass. I've never bought resin this big before. I thought I might be wasting my money buying such a big can. But turns out I have used a lot of resin to put this whole back together. So I'm certainly glad Lowe's has started selling these bigger cans. But yeah, that was a big help. I know it's kind of hard to see in here, but that's where I laid the mesh down in the center there. And then I'll do each edge, and then I got to come back and do this back plate right there, which is hard to see. And then we'll be ready to gel coat this and put the batteries back in, hopefully within the next couple of days anyway. So yay. All right, well, I've got most of this sealed in. All right, that's all good to go. I'm getting ready to put this final back piece in here to seal this gap right there. And then I'm gonna gel coat all that. And then I can finally put my batteries back in. So, whew, that's been a chore. Let me tell you, that little space is hard to get into. I am gonna drill a little hole right there, just to let the water out, because I got a drain hole underneath of it. Up here, where my windlass anchor system is, water does get in, so it'll have to drain down the back. But that'll be right between the two batteries. So anyhow, we're getting there. We're almost got it. All right, so we're gonna give this a quick sand. Sand this down a little bit, And then we're gonna lay some gel coat in here. And then hopefully that'll be good. You can see where we got the back all done. It's all nice and sealed up. And I need to drill a little hole right there, or probably a 1/2 inch hole so the water drains off. Maybe I'll drill it up a little farther where the rope's going to be. And then we'll gel coat this in, and I think we should be good to go. So here we go. Which one do you guys think? 3/4? Think that's big enough for a drain hole? I think that's big enough for a drain hole. Yeah, let's do that one. All right. Well, that went through quick, didn't it? Quicker than I thought it was going to. All right. Hopefully that should allow it to drain down the weep hole in the bottom. All right, so let's sand this out and vacuum it out, and then we'll get ready to gel coat it. Well, this sucks. I opened it up and it is just completely rotted out. The gel coat's no good. It's brand new. It's never been opened. It's been stored in a nice, cool place. You know, sometimes you get ripped off when you get stuff online. So, anyway, that sucks. All right, I've got some other coating paint here. It's not as good as gel coat, but it will work. It is rock hard. It's what you use to paint bathtubs with. So it's waterproof, and you know, it'll do. It's a storage locker, so it's not like everybody's going to see it. So anyway, we'll get to painting this. All right, there's the first coat. I'm here to tell you, this paint will make your eyes water. I do have a respirator on. It is still strong smelling, and it's kind of thin, so it does run a little bit, but that's the first coat. We'll get that to dry and we'll put a second coat on it, and then I think we'll be good. I think it looks pretty damn good considering, you know, that it had a big hole in it. Alrighty,